If you're paying to get your Jeep Wrangler oil change, you need to stop until you watch this. In this video, I'm going to show you how simple changing your oil is and why you're getting ripped off.
You can absolutely do this.
What's up, Jeepers? Pat here from Journey to Jeeping, here to help you learn more about your Jeep and ways to save money.
Alright guys, this is a list of everything you're going to need before you get started, and if you're missing anything, I have updated my Amazon store and the link is in the description. Alright, first thing we're going to do here is remove the engine cover. Alright, we're coming up to the oil filter. We're going to use a 20mm socket to remove this, and you do this step first. I suggest using a socket, not a wrench. As you can see, I used a wrench here and it was a little more difficult than it needed to be. Now, next step is to remove the cap. Bring a rag with you and we're just going to pull straight out, and it shouldn't make too much of a mess. Alright, so your oil drain plug is located at the bottom of the engine, the oil pan, and you're going to want to make sure you put your drip tray just underneath it. Okay, now we're going to use our 13mm socket and we're going to place it on the plug and loosen it up. Alright, just a quick tip that when you're removing the plug, do it fast and you'll get less of a mess. It just shoots right out as soon as the plug is removed. Alright, next we are going to replace the oil filter. You remove it from the box. Inside the box there will be just one filter, and most times will come with a replacement O-ring. Now this is an easy installation. You basically just push it right in and you'll feel it click. And that right there is where the O-ring is that you're going to replace. Alright, so now we're going to replace the cap in the filter, and just a quick tip, take your finger, get a little oil on it and wipe it around the O-ring before you tighten it up, and it'll help give you a better seal. Alright, next step is to remove the oil cap, and just be mindful, it says right on the label it's 5W20, 5W30 is acceptable as well. At this point, I would check the cap, check that O-ring as well, and make sure there's no rips or tears. Alright, next we're going to place the funnel in our oil fill tube, and we're going to just start filling with oil. Now be cautious not to put too much, so constantly check to make sure by looking at the dipstick and just slowly filling it bit by bit. There's no rush, and you're better to just get it right the first time. Alright, as you can see, we're pulling the dipstick to show you, and the level here is showing that we are on the high end. We're right at the top, and that's perfect. Alright, quick tip, when you're checking the dipstick, pull it out, wipe it, then put it back in, and then remove it, and that'll give you an accurate reading. The reason for this is there may still be oil residual sitting on the dipstick from previous, so you won't really know until you wipe it off and then re-dip again once the new oil is added. Alright, so at this point we're putting the oil cap back on, we're going to start the engine, and then we're going to hold the RPMs at 2000 just for a couple seconds, and the idea here is just to circulate the oil and lubricate all the parts internally.
Okay, so now that you've changed your oil, you're going to need to reset the oil life on your instrument panel. Now for instructions on how to do that, click here, follow the link.